He turned mixtapes into movements and made the marathon a mindset. This is the rise of Nipsey Hussle. Fake Famous brings the legacy to life. Hit that subscribe button. The Roots. Born on August 15th, 1985, in Crenshaw, Los Angeles, Ermias Asghedom grew up at the intersection of two worlds. Half Eritrean, half South Central, he was raised in an environment where opportunity was scarce, but vision was priceless. His father's side gave him a deep sense of heritage and pride. His mother's side kept him grounded in the everyday realities of Los Angeles street life. Crenshaw wasn't just a neighborhood, it was an ecosystem. Gang politics, corner store conversations, hustlers flipping product, older cats giving game or warnings, sometimes both in the same sentence. For Nipsey, this wasn't background noise. This was his classroom. From an early age, he stood out. Tall, lanky, always rocking the neighborhood style, but with a different type of energy. While other kids were dreaming of getting out, Nipsey was already plotting how to bring value back in. In 2005, he dropped Slauson Boy Vol. 1. No big label, no radio push, no marketing plan. Just raw, gritty, unapologetic storytelling. You could hear the hunger in his voice, but it wasn't desperation, it was purpose. He wasn't chasing whatever was hot that summer. He was laying bricks for something bigger. The tape circulated hand to hand, car to car, barbershop to liquor store. The streets caught on first, then the internet. People saw the Slauson chain, heard the self-assured delivery, and knew this was more than just another neighborhood rapper. Nipsey wasn't here for a single hit. He was building a brand, a philosophy, a movement. This was the foundation, the blueprint before the blueprint, and it was only the beginning. Cracking the game. From 2008 to 2013, Nipsey Hussle wasn't just in the rap game, he was rewriting the playbook. The Bullets Ain't Got No Name series turned him into a mixtape legend. Volumes 1, 2, and 3 weren't just street heat, they were cinematic snapshots of Crenshaw life. He had collabs with Drake, The Game, and street anthems that made him a household name on the West Coast without ever touching the Billboard charts. Then came the Marathon in 2010, not just an album title, but a mission statement. Nipsey made it clear, this wasn't a sprint for radio hits, it was a long-distance race for ownership, leverage, and legacy. The Marathon continues in 2011 cemented that philosophy. Every drop was strategic. The cover art, the merch, the rollout, all independent, all money in. But in 2013, Nipsey broke the internet and the industry's brain with Crenshaw. Instead of giving it away for free, he priced it at $100 a copy. People called him crazy, until Jay-Z bought 100 copies on day one. That wasn't just $10,000 in sales. It was proof that Nipsey had tapped into something labels couldn't manufacture. Value perception. Fans weren't just buying music. They were buying into Nipsey's vision. The industry didn't know how to react. Here was an unsigned artist making major label money without signing away his masters. Nip didn't need a label. His philosophy was simple. Own everything. Control everything. More than music. For Nipsey Hussle, rap was the entry point, not the end goal. Before rapper turned entrepreneur became a trend, Nipsey was already blueprinting his empire. He opened the Marathon clothing store right in the heart of his community, using it as both a retail hub and a symbol of reinvestment. He co-founded Vector 90, a STEM and co-working space in South Central designed to bridge the gap between inner-city talent and Silicon Valley opportunities. He bought commercial property, invested in cryptocurrency before most people could spell it, and quietly put money into tech startups. In his music, he wasn't just flexing chains and cars, he was dropping game about ownership, financial literacy, and economic empowerment. He was giving away million-dollar lessons and $10 mixtapes, and he made sure the people around him weren't just friends. They were partners, business owners, and bosses in their own right. Nipsey didn't just talk about buying back the block, he actually did it. And in doing so, he turned his career into a living, breathing example of what it means to turn hustle into legacy. Victory Lap. By 2018, Nipsey Hussle had already spent over a decade building his catalog, his brand, and his empire brick by brick, but he'd never given the world a proper studio album until Victory Lap. When it dropped, it felt like the finish line to one chapter and the starting gun to another. The production was polished without losing that West Coast grit. The features, Kendrick Lamar, YG, Diddy, Dom Kennedy, felt organic, like they belonged there. Every track was motivational, full of quotables you could live by. Songs like Dedication and Grinding All My Life weren't just records, they were blueprints for self-made success. It was street-tested but industry-ready, and the industry finally had to acknowledge what the streets had known for years. Nipsey Hussle was elite. Victory Lap was Grammy-nominated, critically acclaimed, and instantly cemented as a West Coast classic. This wasn't the label making Nipsey hot. This was the label finally catching up to the marathon he'd been running since day one. Every verse sounded like it was written with purpose. Every rollout move was strategic. From the merch bundles to the marathon clothing smart store integration, Nipsey was showing artists in real time that you could make major moves without losing your independence, your message, or your soul. All right, what Nipsey project hit you the hardest? Was it the marathon, Crenshaw, or Victory Lap? Drop your answer in the comments. Fake famous, we out.